As students, we all face unique challenges in our personal lives, academics, career, and relationship with peers. But the good news is that you are not alone. In this podcast, we'll bring you expert advice and personal stories from students' perspectives on how to navigate the ups and downs of student life, from managing time and overcoming fatigue after school to dealing with drama, prep prayer, finding your own mark. We cover it all. Because let's be real, we're all living in a real life high school musical, only without the music. So sit back and let us have a chat about all things that make students' life unforgettable. After all, we're all in this together. Hey guys, welcome to this podcast. My name is Emerald Alaye and I'm so happy to have you here. I'm very much excited because this is actually my first episode. I'm trying to make it an introductory episode, by the way. Why I started this podcast or why I named this podcast Survivor Investigation. I've always been a podcast enthusiast and I love to listen to podcasts a lot. I'm also a student, and I discovered that I've not actually seen any podcast that is based on university life that talks about students. I decided to start working on it, and yeah, I am having the podcast. It's finally a dream come true, though with a lot of procrastination. Oh wow. I have had this idea for a very long time and all I did was extend it to the other day, to the next day, to the next day, and it's almost over 6 to 7 months now that I've had this idea before starting this. We're actually recording this particular episode, so I'm very excited right now. I can't even fly. So what inspired me to start this podcast is university is not actually a place that has a manual or something you follow something. It's just a place you get into and you just have to figure out yourself. I had a pretty rough start when I gained the admission into the university, and I really don't have much people around me to show me around. So I just wondered and wondered and wondered. So, but I think it's going to be nice having somebody that actually is based on topics about university and and it's a podcast rather than just tweets, blogs, and all those things. So it's something that you can just listen to when you're free, or if you are someone like me that actually loves listening to podcasts, then I can even listen to podcasts while sleeping. Oh, sorry, I said podcast. Yes, podcast while sleeping. So, what are the things that you would expect or you should expect from this podcast? Well, it's still a work in progress, but one of the things you can expect is one of the things that are on the plan, things that I've been having in mind to do here is, well, you're going to have a lot of gists about students' life and students' life navigation. It's all about students, so there's going to be a lot of talks about student this, student that, student this, student that, since it is student podcast. Yes, I'm very sorry but I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be doing this right now. I don't mind my first episode. I just all over my head right now. So the second thing to expect from this podcast is interviews and opinions of students. So this one is about having interviews with students and seeking their opinions on specific topics about university life. This is going to be fun because a lot of people are just waiting for an opportunity to speak their mind or speak to somebody that is ready to listen. This is going to be nice as well. And another point is guest speakers. Yes, yes. We're going to have guest speakers, though. For now, having a guest speaker might be a little bit hard to get since the podcast is still very young. But as time goes on, we'll start having guest speakers that will be invited to discuss some important matters about students' life. So, guys, that's all for this episode. I'm very excited. I presume you've listened to this point. I want you to subscribe and come back to listen to the next episode. We'll be releasing episodes, probably one episode every week until we can start releasing probably 2 episodes per week. But until then, I want you guys to subscribe to this channel and show me support. Student love, student motivation. Support me and motivate me because it's something that I really need. Having the interest to do it is not enough. But since I've started already, I am just very excited. Don't mind me. I'm very excited. I'm over excited. So guys, see you next time. I'll be releasing an episode soon enough. But till then, ciao. Bye bye.